Hi, I'm Kenny Russian, and welcome to my Level 1 Tycoon Mastermind Club. On this short introductory video, we're going to discuss some of the frequently asked questions and go through a little bit of an orientation. I welcome you to the family, and I am confident that this one-of-a-kind program is like no other out there on the market. With my Level 1 Tycoon Mastermind Club, you're going to be able to learn 10 different strategies that can be used in any economic market. You see, time and time again, a lot of investors just get caught up in using one particular strategy. And then when the market changes, they're out of business. So the reason why I can confidently tell you that I'm still in business after nearly 20 years is because I'm an opportunistic investor and I've been able to educate myself on multiple different strategies that have allowed for me to take advantage of opportunities during any market cycle. Because let's face it, some of you all may not be in the best market that you live in that's going to allow for you to fix and flip houses on a full-time basis, or maybe wholesale properties on a full-time basis. Maybe you're living in Wichita, Kansas, and there's just not a market of hungry investors looking to buy deals that will allow for you to wholesale properties as a viable business model to take care of your family. But maybe you can buy and hold properties. Maybe you can develop new construction. Maybe it's a good market for you to buy apartment buildings. And that's why I created this program, because a lot of people are just caught up on this one strategy and that's all they learn about real estate. Well, I'm going to share with you 10 strategies. 10 strategies that I've been successful at using, besides one. And I'm working on building a skyscraper. But I have a great expert and engineer and developer, Ken, who's going to help you learn how to use that strategy. Now let's discuss some of the frequently asked questions that our new members have who joined the Level 1 program. Such as, how long is the program? The Level 1 Tycoon Mastermind Club is a 10-month continuous education program that allows for you to work at your own pace. That means you can work on your lesson before you go to work, on your lunch break, when you come home, or whenever you can fit it into your schedule. There's no predetermined time that you have to be on your computer in order to be able to take your lesson. And no, it does not require 10 months before you can do your first deal. You can get started doing your first deal with our program in less than 30 days. Because that's the first thing that we teach you how to do, is how to go out there and find good deals, how to match them with buyers, and how you can make fees for doing this. Now, you're going to receive on your lessons every week a video tutorial, you're going to receive your workbook, and you're also going to have to pass a quiz. Now, you got to pass a quiz by at least 70% in order to pass and move on to the next lesson. But it's an open book test, so you can cheat. So there shouldn't be any excuse why you cannot pass each lesson. Once you pass the lesson, you go on to the next one until eventually you're able to go to the next level. And there is 4 lessons in every single level. So once you pass the first, second, third, and fourth, which is typically 1 lesson per week, your 5th week you can go to level number 9, which is wholesaling. We start all of our students off with Birddogging because we want to help you build a solid foundation before you move upwards. Now, when can I begin to work on my first deal? Again, this is a frequently asked question. It only requires about 30 days before you can get started with your first deal. And that's typically 4 different lessons that's going to train you on how to go out there and find good bargain basement deals that you can make money on. So again, it does not require 10 months for you to be able to make money. And the higher you go on the level, the more skill sets and the more strategies and the more confidence you're going to have in order to continue to do these kind of deals that we're going to teach you how to do. How do you gain access to the training? Where we're going to provide you, and if you're here, you've already received your username and your password. So you can use your username and your password in order to gain access to the portal so that you can go through your training. Will I have access to Kenny, to me. People ask that question all the time. Well, here's how you're going to have access to me. You have access to me right now. I am teaching you on this training the different strategies, Birddogging, wholesaling, and bulk REO investing. I have other experts who are going to provide other different instructions on other different strategies. So the best way to gain access to me is to be a member of my Level 1 Tycoon Mastermind Club. In addition to that, I also jump on the teleconference calls that we do once a month so that you guys can pose some of the questions that you have directly with me or one of my expert coaches. In addition to that, if you just want to touch the cloth, you're also going to receive one ticket to my annual conference where you can join me, where I'm going to provide real estate education, therefore allowing you to be able to ask questions in person, come give me a hug, come shake my hand, and tell me some of the incredible stories that you're having by using this program and making money in your city in real estate. So there you have it. That's how you gain access to me. Why should I complete the Level 1? Well, again, you should complete the Level 1 because with real estate, it's a cyclical business. The market goes up and it goes down like a roller coaster. And you need to learn these different strategies so that you can be more effective at being able to make money. I can confidently say that if not for knowing multiple different strategies, then I wouldn't be here right now after 20 years of investing in real estate. I'm an opportunistic investor. That's what I teach my students. I don't teach my students how to become just a one-trick pony. I want you to be able to take advantage of markets, and I want you to be able to take advantage of deals. And once you're able to successfully do that, that provides you with the longevity that you will need to have in order to be able to amass wealth in this business. And I'm confident the Level 1 is going to help you attain that. What will be my total investment? Again, your total investment is only $25 per month after you invest $99 in order to become a member. So it's $25 a month. It's a one-time membership fee of $99. And I want to explain this. The $99 is for your workbooks. It's for all the contracts that you're going to receive in this program. Now, here's what some of those other guys do. Once you're able to sign up to the membership, and it could be $500 a month, it could be $1,000 a month, you're going to also have to pay for their contracts, and you're going to have to pay for their workbooks. They don't give you access to it. That's something that they upsell you on. So yes, you gain access, and you're paying all this money, much more than what I'm charging. However, you still have to pay additional money in order to be able to download the contracts, download your workbooks. Well, with this program, you can essentially download the contracts, download the workbook. All you have to do is pay the $99 membership fee, and that's it. So you have $25 a month. You have your $99 membership fee. So in total, for 10 months, your investment is only $349. That's it. Just $349 for one entire year. Now, just because you're paying $25 a month, I don't want you guys to think for 1 minute that this is some cheap put together program, because it's not. This program is similar to a $25,000 program that you would get from some of those other guys. But see, I sell high-end coaching to a lot of students from all over the world. But I wanted to make sure that I wasn't leaving people behind. So about 6 months ago, I decided to go ahead and put together this program, because there's a lot of you who are very motivated to gain success and really want to learn this business, but unfortunately you just can't afford the high-end coaching. So I created this program for only $25 per month for people like you who are on the budget, who just want to get started somewhere and somehow. I don't know of any program that exists that's similar to this one, that's going to teach you 10 different strategies of how to invest in different markets, taught by active real estate investors who are making money in today's real estate economy. So it's only $25 a month, $99 membership fee. In total, you're going to invest $349, and this is what you're going to receive. Now look at the value. The video tutorials is 48 videos. It's $5,000 value. The contracts, they're all downloadable. My contracts, I invested over $2,400 with my attorney in order to be able to get these contracts drafted up. You're going to be able to download every single one of them. So I want to make sure that you have the right contract to use for the right strategy that we're going to be teaching you on that level. So you can get all the contracts that you need in order to be able to make money with this particular program. You're also going to be able to download the workbooks. Every single level has a workbook, and you're going to be able to download it. In total, there's over 300 pages that you're going to be able to download from the workbook on each different level. That's $997 value. The contract, so again, was $2,400 value. All the bonuses that you're going to receive, which is incredible, these are just bonuses that we unlock during different levels, just as an incentive to show you our appreciation for supporting us here at the Keenan Rushing School of Real Estate Investing. And we want to make sure that we provide you with everything that you need to have access to in order to be able to make money. So those bonuses throughout the entire 10 months has a value of $2,000. You're going to receive one ticket to my annual conference where you're going to be able to come to the conference for one day, hang out with me and my team, and learn how to invest in real estate, in addition to being able to network with other students that are going to be there from all over the United States. And you're also going to receive the teleconference trainings that we're going to do once every single month, sometimes twice a month, but I commit myself to once a month so I can address any of the questions that you may have. So in total, when you add all those things up, it's around $11,500 in value that you're only going to have to invest $350, and I don't know of a program out there that exists like the Level 1 Tycoon Mastermind Club. Now with that said, what I want to do now is go ahead and talk about some of the experts that you're going to be working with the Level 1 so that we can help you make money. So let's talk about some of the experts and some of the other parts of the program that you're going to need to know about. Now let's talk about the Level 1 Tycoon Mastermind Club and what you can expect from the program, and let's introduce some of the instructors that are going to be helping you out, because I'm not teaching every single level, because there's guys who are better at certain different strategies than I. So although I've done everything except for building skyscrapers, I want to make sure to have the right people who are active real estate investors in front of you who can share with you, not from theories, but from actual experience, how you can implement that strategy in your city, regardless of what kind of economic condition that we may be in. Because again, as I mentioned to you all before, you need to pick the right strategy for the right deal during the right economy. Because there's times that, you know, fixing and flipping may be great strategy to use. Buying and holding may be a great strategy to use. Developing may be a good strategy to use. There's certain parts of the country that you may live in that maybe wholesaling is not the best viable business model for you in your city. Fixing and flipping may not be the best viable business model for you in your city. Maybe it's a buy and hold type of environment where you should be concentrating on that strategy. So I want to make sure that you guys have an arsenal of different tools and strategies that you can use regardless of where you live or what economy and what kind of real estate market we're experiencing. Because again, like I said, you know, the real estate market goes up and down like a roller coaster. We got to pick the right strategy for the right market condition, economic condition, and for where you live, the geography of the city that you call home. So we're going to start you guys off at Birddogging. Birddogging is critically important to learn because you need to go out and familiarize yourself with different areas of town. You need to go out and prospect and look at different areas of town in order to find and work with contractors and work with different investors. Because when you're out looking at houses in different areas of town, you're going to encounter, you know, investors who are out there working on their own properties. That's a perfect time to go and give them your business card and to make an introduction so that you can maybe get them to become one of your buyers, especially if you're going to be flipping contracts or flipping properties to other investors. It's always good to be able to build up your buyers list of investors who have the cash and can close on deals in your city as quickly as possible. So basically, Birddogging is going to help you familiarize yourself with different neighborhoods and how to engage with different investors who are looking to buy, and then contractors that you may later need to maybe work on some of your fix and flip homes or be able to network with them to get their to get the phone number for the investor that they're working for, so that you can call them and find out what they're looking to buy in that area, so that you can maybe find deals for them and sell them and make profits. With Birddogging, you're not going to need any cash or credit whatsoever. You're basically going out and you're finding deals, and you're saying, hey, I got this deal on 123 Jackson Street, and you're passing on over that deal to a cash buyer, and they're going to buy that house from you for a fee. That's what you're going to do as a bird dog. Now we're going to level up to level 9, how to wholesale houses. Wholesaling houses is just a little bit more sophisticated than bird dogging, because instead of just going out and finding a house and saying, hey, I got this house that you may want to buy, it's 123 Jackson Street, you're going to essentially, we're going to train you how to enter into a contract to buy from a motivated seller, and then we're going to show you how to execute an assignment of contract to a buyer who's going to buy that property from you. It's not difficult. Once you go through the training, we're going to share with you step by step exactly how to do this. So bird dogging is going out and finding the deal and just calling guys saying, hey, I got this deal I think you'd be interested in. And they're going to pay you somewhere between $500 to $1,000. But as you level up to wholesaling, now you're going to engage with the private seller, who is a motivated seller. They could be going through divorce or foreclosure, or inherit a house they don't want, or was renting the property out and dealing with troubled tenants, or behind on their property taxes, or in foreclosure. And those are the guys who we're going to show you how to find by using our system. And now you're going to enter into an agreement to buy that property, and then you're going to then enter into another agreement or contract to assign the contract. Assign is A-S-S-I-G-N. Assign your rights to that property to a third party. That's what essentially wholesaling is. We're going to also drill down and share with you exactly how to do back-to-back closings, because on average, most of our students make about a $10,000 profit when they are assigning contracts to other investors. But if you're going to make more than $10,000, we always highly recommend that you do what is called a back-to-back closing. And in the level 9 of wholesaling, you're going to learn not only how to assign contracts, but how to do back-to-back closings, and how you can go out there and find these motivated sellers, and how you can match them with these cash investors that we're going to show you how to find, so that you can in turn make profits. Because right now there's a lot of investors trying to buy. They're trying to fix up houses, but they don't want to be out looking at different neighborhoods and prospecting and bird dogging. They just want somebody to say, hey, here's a deal. Oh, I like that deal, I'll buy it. And then they pay you a fee. And we're going to share with you exactly how to work with the title company, how to structure the deal, make sure that no one circumvents you and steals your deal. We're going to set you up for massive success as a wholesaler. And then what you're going to do is level up to fix and flip. We're going to share with you how to force appreciate. And what that means is that you're going to go out and find a house. It could be from you prospecting. It could be from now you're buying properties from other wholesalers. And then we're going to share with you how you can renovate that house, just like you see on those TV reality shows. Those guys, they charge $25,000 to $50,000, by the way, and this is $25 a month, and it's very similar to what you're going to get for $25,000 or $50,000. So we're going to share with you exactly how to identify a good deal, how to work with contractors, how to do the renovations, and how to force appreciate or increase the value, so then you can sell it to a retail buyer, somebody who's going to move into the property. We're going to share with you exactly how to pick out different contractors, how to pay the contractors, how to protect yourself to make sure that you don't pay them too much money and then they run off with your money. We're going to share with you exactly how to buy the property for the right price. We're going to share with you exactly how to find a realtor to list your property, how to find buyers, because there's a lot of buyers out there who are looking to buy properties. And unfortunately, there's a low supply and a high demand for people who are looking to buy a home for their family. So we're going to share with you those different techniques and strategies that we use with my company, the Kenny Russian Homes, in order to be able to rehab these houses for maximum profit. Right now is a good time with the economy to fix and flip homes, because, again, there's a high demand and a low supply. Once you're able to get trained to go out there and find these deals and learn how to rehab them, instead of making the $5,000 to $10,000, and on average, most of our students make $10,000 that are wholesalers, you're going to be able to make the $50,000 to $100,000 profit, but it's always going to be dependent on the geography and where you live. So as you guys can see, we're building a solid foundation. Bird dogging and wholesaling is a good way of being able to get started with no cash and no credit. And then when you're able to go out there and do some deals, then you can use some of that money as a down payment to go out there and get what is called a hard money loan so that you can start fixing and flipping. Now people ask me all the time, Kenny, how did you design this pyramid? And why is everything placed where it's placed at? Well, it's for strategic and scientific reasons. Because of 20 years of experience, I understand what's necessary in order to be a successful long-term investor. You're not going to be just a massive successful wholesaler for the long haul. You may be, if you have the financial resources, do quite well for the rest of your real estate investing career. If you were successful at maybe fixing and flipping or doing development or multifamily. But most of the people who are trying to get started, they don't have $1 million to do a multifamily deal or to buy some mortgage notes or to build 20 homes in 1 year. So they got to learn how to get started from the bottom and work themselves up. As they generate more money, they can now use that to park it into income producing properties or do some new construction deals or maybe buy a small apartment building and then maybe later on buy a bigger apartment building. So we got to get you started with a foundation so that you can best build on that foundation so that it's not a foundation of glass that will shatter. So now that we've been able to discuss bird dogging and wholesaling as well as fixing and flipping, let's go on to cash flowing properties. Those are the typical landlords who they'll buy a property and then they'll rent it out to a tenant, and then the tenant will pay the rent. The rent will help the landlord take care if they have a mortgage on the property. And then you also want to have positive cash flow. So for an example, if you buy a house for $100,000 and your mortgage is $800 a month, you want to be able to at least rent that property out for at least $1,300, $1,400 a month. Therefore, now you're able to pay the mortgage, which is called PITI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. You can pay all those expenses and also have some cash flow to be able to put in your pocket. Well, if you have 5 or 10 of those, you're in a very good position. So therefore, you can either quit your job and do that full time, or you can just use that as supplemental income in addition to your own salary at your work. But the goal is for you guys not to have to work and be able to do this full time. And between the strategies that I'm sharing with you, it's very possible that you can do that within less than maybe 6 months, depending on how aggressive you are and how much of an action taker you are. Because right now, again, it's an amazing economy and there's a lot of money to be made in real estate right now. So when you're cash flowing properties, the goal is to rent the properties out for cash flow. We're going to share with you how to manage these properties, how to find good deals, and how to manage them, how to deal with your tenants, how to deal with the repairs that the property may need. And if you just want to take a hands-off approach, we're also going to share with you how to hire a professional management company to manage your properties. Now, maybe you may feel like, well, I'm in Melbourne, Australia, Kenny, or I'm in Los Angeles, California, New York, and there's just not enough good deals here for me to be able to cash flow. It doesn't make any sense. Therefore, we're going to share with you also how you can buy properties in other states and make money as well. So that's a great program on a great level that you're going to be able to learn exactly how to cash flow properties. And then we're going to talk about new construction. New construction is going to share with you how to essentially build with equity. How you can go out and buy the dirt, work with an architect or engineer in order to create the architectural designs, how you can then work with a contractor, and how we're going to teach you how to use our system to act as your own general contractor so that you can save money. Because with contractors, they charge you for marking up the labor price and then also marking up the material. So if they go to Home Depot and buy the material for $20,000, they may charge you $25,000. If they're paying a guy, a subcontractor who's doing the towel in the bathroom, he's charging the contractor $2,000, but he's charging you $4,000. We're going to show you how to go out there and find your own contractors that you can work with in order to be able to do the work, and these guys will be referred to as the subcontractors essentially. So we're going to show you how to go out there and find these guys. You act as your own contractor, and then you retain these subcontractors working underneath you to go out there and do the work and build a house at a bargain so that you don't have to pay retail working with a contractor. You act as your own contractor, and there's a way that you do this that can be done throughout the United States. So building with equity is a great way of being able to buy the dirt, build, and have equity in the property as soon as you finish the construction. In fact, there was a property I built. It was a luxury home. It was 14,000 square feet. I bought the land for $250,000. I built the house, which cost about $1 million. And then as soon as I was finished with that property, it was worth $4 million. I essentially went out and got a second mortgage line of credit for $1 million to use that money to go out there and buy and sell more properties. So building with equity is a great way of being able to gain equity in the property as soon as you finish the construction. And now we're going to level up some more to mortgage notes and bulk REOs. Now with mortgage notes and bulk REOs, this is a good way of buying discounted paper from REO asset managers as well as asset managers who take care of the mortgage notes. Typically, if it's an REO property and you're buying in bulk, it's going to be an asset manager that takes care of their REO properties. If it is a non-performing notes, whether they're first or second mortgages, it's typically going to be somebody in a different department that handles mortgage notes and second and first mortgage notes. You can buy them at a discount. Therefore, you typically buy them based on the unpaid principal balance. So let's say, for example, the unpaid principal balance is $100,000. That means that the borrower owes the bank $100,000. Well, in order to be a sophisticated buyer, you want to buy that at a discount. So the discount may actually be 20% of the unpaid principal balance. It could be 30% of the unpaid principal balance. It really just depends on what that note is trading for in the open market. But you want to make sure that whenever you're buying a bulk REO, a mortgage note, whenever you're buying a mortgage note, you want to make sure that you know what the actual value of the asset is too. Because in this case, let's say that the unpaid principal balance is $100,000, but let's say the asset is only worth $50,000. That means if you had an appraiser go out there and appraise the property, it only appraises at $50,000. Now understand, the unpaid principal balance is $100,000, but the value of the asset is $50,000. So if you buy it based on, let's say, 50% of the unpaid principal balance, you're buying it for $50,000. So you're essentially not making any money because it's only worth $50,000. So we're going to share with you exactly how to drill down and how you can do your due diligence, whether you're buying a first mortgage or a second mortgage. In addition to that, we're going to share with you how you can buy these bulk REO pools of assets and even cherry pick some of these houses from some of their pools that they're going to offer you so that you can buy them for the right price. Because when you're dealing with mortgage notes and bulk REOs, typically you have to buy these assets that could be scattered out across the United States. They may not just have a pool of properties in Tampa, Florida, or Atlanta, Georgia, or New York. They may be everywhere. So, and sometimes you can cherry pick. We're going to share with you how to do that, whereas they'll send you over a pool of assets and you can pick the ones that you want to buy. Sometimes you have to buy the whole portfolio or none at all. And if you buy the whole portfolio, it may be some good ones, some bad ones, and some ones that are just okay. So you want to make sure that you're able to drill down, do your analytics, do your due diligence. Sometimes it requires for you to go out there and do a BPO on some of these properties, do AVMs, which is called automated valuation models. We're going to talk about all that stuff. And this is going to be talked by a really good instructor, Pat, who manages right now currently over $1 billion in assets. So that's going to be a really good program. Again, mortgage notes, it's either the first or the second. The second is typically going to be cheaper than the first mortgage because the second mortgage you can typically buy for pennies on a dollar. The first mortgage is going to be a little bit more expensive, and then you want to make sure, again, you know the difference between the unpaid principal balance and what the actual value of the REO asset is. And when you're doing mortgage notes, you're typically going to do a cash for key where you're going to offer them keys for the house. You're going to have to totally foreclose out on them, or you're going to have to do a loan modification. So you got to be prepared now that you're acting in the capacity of the bank and the lender to take care of the insurance. If there's no insurance on the property, it's called forced insurance. And then you also got to pay the property taxes, because if you don't pay the property taxes, you as the bank, now that you're stepping into those shoes, can also lose that property. So you got to be careful about that. But mortgage notes and bulk REOs is a great way of being able to generate wealth and make a lot of money with that particular strategy. And that is level 5. Now we're going to level up to level number 4, land development. Jeff is a great instructor. He's been developing for the last 30 plus years, and he's going to share with you how you can buy raw land, do what is called entitlements, and then how you can either sell that land after it's been entitled to another builder who will come and then build on that land after it's been entitled, and maybe you had to go through you had to rezone the property, whatever the case may be, and then you can sell it off to another builder, or you can actually build and develop that particular land yourself. It's an amazing program, and it's an amazing opportunity. You can create a lot of wealth. Now, you also got to make sure whenever you're developing, especially if it's a large parcel of land, you develop at the right time. You don't want to find yourself trying to develop at the height of the market, and then when the market dips, you're still in construction trying to sell homes, and now you lose money. So Jeff is going to share with you exactly the strategies that he uses in order to make sure he's buying at the right time that's going to allow for him to make money. Then we're going to go up to multifamily. That's going to be talked by KC. KC's been in a multifamily business for the last 2 decades. He's an expert at buying, developing, and listing. He's also a broker for Marcus the Millchap. He's an amazing guy with a wealth of knowledge. He's going to share with you in those 4 lessons exactly how you can be a successful multifamily investor. I once bought a multifamily piece of property in Dayton, Ohio for $850,000. I made myself more than $250,000 in only 6 months. I could have made millions of dollars if I would have held on to it. That was back in 2012, but I decided to sell it to one of my partners and cash out. But if I would have held on to it, I would have made a lot more money than that. But it's a great way of being able to generate wealth, whether you're generating the income and the cash flow, or even if you're just flipping some of these multifamily apartments. And I didn't use any of my own cash or credit for that deal. I used somebody else's money in order to be able to do it. Then you're going to level up to commercial assets, buying industrial, buying commercial space, being able to invest in warehouses, being able to invest in retail and shopping centers. Brad Martin works with a fund. It's a $200 million fund, and all they do is buy deals. They're opportunistic investors. They invest in good deals. They lend to other people who are trying to develop commercial primarily, and that is a really incredible opportunity for you to be able to learn how to invest in commercial properties. And then we're going to level up to the level 1 tycoon, which is developing skyscraper, which is being taught by my good friend Ken, who's an engineer and a developer in New York and Manhattan. He's been doing this for 30 years. He's very seasoned. He understands exactly how this business works. And he's going to share with you exactly how you can find the right piece of property, how you can do a syndication to raise the capital, and how you can actually fund that particular project, sometimes without using your own cash or credit, depending on how sophisticated you are at syndicating. He's going to share with you exactly how to do it, and then how you can work with the right brokers to be able to pre-list the properties so that you can start generating money before the building is even erected. Now that's amazing. He's teaching me that business as we speak, and now he's going to provide that to you because he's doing this as a favor for me. So this is the Level 1 Tycoon Mastermind Club. Again, it's a 10-month continuing education program. You can get started doing your first deal in less than 30 days with no cash, no credit. It's only a $97 one-time membership fee. It's only $25 per month, and you're here because you're probably taking advantage of the 7-day free trial. So with that said, I want to welcome you, congratulate you. If you have any issues being able to access the portal with your username and your password, please send us an email at support@kennyrushing.com. You can also call us at the office. We want to make sure that there is no excuse for you not being able to make money in this business. This is 10 different strategies that I'm currently using, except building skyscrapers, which I'm learning how. That's going to share with you how to make money during any economic cycle, whether it's a good market or bad market, in any city. And that is the perfect solution for you being able to make money investing in real estate. I'm Kenny Rushing, and I'll be seeing you very soon. And no, this is not lesson number 1. This is just the introductory video. Now what you need to do is go below so that you can start your first lesson on bird dogging. I'll see you soon.